Hi, I'm Mike from Michael's Motor Cars, located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and I have a very special, unique car I'd like to show you. Come on over and take a look at it. This is one of those cars that I'll probably talk too much about because I get excited about cars like this. We recently sold a Jaguar coupe to a fellow that lives in York County, which is about 45 minutes from Lancaster. Neat older guy. As it turns out, he owns and flies a biplane. His wife owns an old plane, so they're very much into aviation. He bought a Jaguar, and then he had a couple cars to sell, which we purchased from him. We bought this Healey, we bought an MGTD, and we're going to be getting a Cobra from him. 3 cars, very interesting cars. But this car is fascinating. It's a 1959 Healey 3000, so that makes it an early 3000. When you first look at it, it's older paint, it's wrong color green, and the paint, as we say, has patina. It was probably painted over 30 years ago. It's on the whole car, but it's old paint at this point. But what's neat about this car is that the guy that we purchased it from knew this car most of its life. When the car was brand new, and we do have a heritage certificate on the car, it was originally black from the factory. And that is true when you see the car and also the heritage certificate. It was black with a red interior, and it was sold to a Philadelphia dealer. But what happened is the original owner bought the car and apparently immediately went racing with the car. So my guess is he was doing light racing. I don't think it was SCCA back in 59 or 60. It probably would not have been. But we have marks on the car here. There are screws here in the cowl where it used to have, I believe, a single Brooklyn screen, which would have been right here. And there used to be, I believe, a little mirror here because he took the windshield off when he went racing. So Brooklyn screen, mirror. Those are the first clues. The car, when you look at it, all of the door seams, the shut seams are very, very good. Better than Healeys normally are. We knew that the first owner had the car, he raced it, and it is still the original motor in the car. So original motor, although I'll come back to that. He raced it for a number of years, and then it was parked. And it sat for 15 or 20 years under a cover, essentially outside. And the fellow we bought the car from knew about it. He was always interested in it, and then one day the car just disappeared, and a guy restored it, and essentially what he did was he changed the color to this green and put a different interior in it, and that's the way the car is now. He drove it for a number of years, and then it sat again for another 20 or 25 years. From purchased the car, and he went through it mechanically and has been enjoying it for a number of years. What is unique about it, in addition to the early racing history, I don't think it's ever been in an accident. We see no sign of evidence anywhere. Also, please take your time and look at all the chassis photos. I restored a Healey a long time ago, and I'm familiar with all the rust spots. There's nothing on this car. All of the bulkheads underneath are very original looking. And the car does have 19,000 original miles on it. And knowing the car's history, raced a little bit, sat for long periods of time, repainted, and then sat again, I think we have a 1959 Austin-Healey 3000 with 19,000 miles with old green paint, but extremely original car. Structurally, not been restored, not been rebuilt. The motor itself, when we drive the car, we'll take you for the driving video, very quick car. It's one of the quickest Healeys I've ever driven outside of a race-prepped car. I know the motor was rebuilt. I believe it may have a different cam. The idle is not a normal Healey idle. It's a little up and down. Very quick, sharp response. You'll see in the driving video, this is not a normal Healey driving experience. Also, the overdrive is extremely quick in the car. Extremely quick engaging and disengagement. Just really fast. We got the car, we purchased new tires for it the whole way around. We also bought a set of new rear wire wheels. The original wire wheels were starting to get loose. The spokes were getting loose, and it's easier to buy a new set. So the rear wires are brand new, all of the tires are brand new. We went through the car, changed oil and filter, did our normal safety check, but the car was great. So come on over and take a look at it a little closer. When you look closely, all the trim is nice. As I said earlier, these shed lines are beautiful. And it's not been restored. This is the way this car is. Interior is very, very simple. The other part, which backs up the racing story, it does not have its heater, does not have a blower motor, which should be in the right fender or wing. It's not there. It also does not have any of the heater controls. I think that was removed when the guy went racing when the car was brand new. It was, the color of the interior was definitely changed to brown, and this was changed to brown. So that's a non-original interior. But it's more about just how this car presents itself and how it drives. We also do have, the previous owner gave us, it hasn't been on the car for years, we do have an older convertible top. We do have the correct bows. The top would need to be replaced. So as you can see, it's probably original to the car. We have the original side windows. And as you can see, they've been stored most of the car's life, which all kind of plays into the racing story. I'll be curious for Austin-Healey people. I believe these are original. I think these are very early lights, but I'm not positive. So I'm sure someone in the Bring a Trailer community will comment on this. In the trunk area, original mat, all original, and we'll take a lot of photographs of this. Gas tank was replaced, I believe, but we'll take pictures of the supports going up here. Again, it's all black, which was the car's original color. Just unbelievably original and unmolested. So if you're looking for a car, going to be a concourse type car, this is not that car. You could restore this car. It would be a terrific car to repaint, maybe go back to its original black, and it would be gorgeous. But it is a car right now. It's a stripped down, bare bones Healey 3000 that is in really incredibly preserved condition. Coming along this side, again, it's beautiful all the way down here. There's no filler anywhere. All along here, in this horrible area here on Healey's, I think it's all original. This door on this side, the same shut lines, all of the trim here is original, and it's just not hurt. I mean, I really didn't quite believe this car until I was around it a little more and drove it and started working on the car. Just to realize it really is that low a mileage car that's been lost in time. Coming along these, we have that hollow sound all through here. No filler anywhere that I can detect. Up here has a good dead sound right there. So it is really a fun car to drive. The front grille is fantastic. All of this chrome is gorgeous. Even this down here. And this is when you start thinking it really is a 19,000 mile car. It has had an interesting life. So if you're looking for a very early 3000, great history. We do have a Pennsylvania title on it. It is on the title marked as 19,000 original miles, and that's how we're presenting the car. It is a numbers matching motor. It is the correct 4-speed with a very functional, quick overdrive unit. The engine is blue. It's not the Healey green. It's been rebuilt. It is blue. I suspect the engine has been tweaked a little bit. It's running the normal carburetors, 2-carburetor car. It also has, you'll see in the chassis photos, a relatively new exhaust system. We replaced the whole tailpipe section, but the mufflers had just been replaced in the last couple of years. So we took care of, essentially the whole system is new now, including the flex pipes going up. So, but please pay attention to the driving video. This car is a hoot to drive. It is so responsive, being an early, lighter Healey compared to the older, the ones in 66 that got a lot heavier. So it's a special Healey for someone who really wants to drive it and drive it hard. This car is ready, and it's ready to go anywhere and have fun. So if you have any specific questions, please contact us. It's going to be a fun auction. And I can't wait to go on the test drive. I've driven it a couple times and it's really fun. Thanks for taking the time to look at our car.